Hey everybody, it's Alex from LUNAR here. Today I'm going to teach you how to play the main beat from our song, Spring in My Step. Here we go. Okay, so this is the main beat from this song. It's the most prominent beat that you hear throughout the song. We hear it multiple times. It shows up. It's the intro of the song, it's the chorus of the song, and it shows up again later in the song at the guitar solo section. So, in this beat, we're counting at 90 beats per minute. That's what we're counting our quarter note as. Our 1, 2, 3, 4. So on. So, but we're counting eighth notes for our right hand in that beat. Counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now that right hand rhythm maintains basically throughout the majority of the beat. It's a 4-bar phrase that we're going to talk about, but the first three of those 4 bars maintains that right hand with just the 8th note count. Now, we do have to take the 16th notes into consideration in this count because a lot of the kicks and left hand hits are happening on the 16th notes, on the E's and U's of our counts. Okay? So, the first part, the first 3 bars are all very similar to each other. In fact, bars 1 and 3 of the phrase are exactly the same. Okay? So, we start with our that right hand 8th note tempo. We're playing a crash on the 1 with the kick, and then the snare on the and, kick on the 2, moving to the hats after that, you know. So that 1 and 2 is simple, just 8th note. That's the first part of it. Now, after the 2 is where you have to take the 16th notes into consideration. Because there we need to count the 1 and 2 E and because the E is going to land on the rack tom, then the and, we're still on the hats, maintaining that 8th note groove, and then the back to the snare drum. So 2 E and It's kind of a right, left, back and forth pattern, and the 2 has a kick with it. So like a... When we put that with the 1 and... Okay, now the 3 E and we still counting the 16th notes here, and it's going to be the same type of thing because we're still maintaining the 8th notes with the right hand, the 3 and, but the E and are going to be kicks in this one. Good. Right there. Okay. And moving it a little beyond that too, the E of 4 is going to be another kick as well. 3 E and 4 E. So just kind of alternating between your right hand and your right foot. Okay. Now, and after the E of 4, the and, you're going to do a double snare hit with the left hand. So the and has the hi-hat with it, and again maintaining that right hand 8th note tempo, but your left hand is playing the and 2 snares. 1 with the hat hit, 1 apart from it. So when you put all that together, so that's bar 1 of our phrase. Bar 2, when essentially we're going to do the exact same thing as what we did in bar 1, but when we get to beat 3, the E and of beat 3 that we had those kicks landing in between the hi-hats, we're actually going to take the left hand and put crashes with those kicks as well. So that's why it's easier to do it with the left hand as opposed to trying to do all those 16th notes, that back and forth with the right hand. So you instead want to do with that left. So that ends up sounding like... when you put that together with that whole phrase. So now I'll play bars 1 and bar 2 together, okay? Then bar 3 is going to be exactly the same as bar 1 again. So essentially, like I said, the first 3 of those bars almost identical. Just on bar 2, you're adding those 2 crashes in, okay? Now bar 4 is where the beat changes up, and this is where it gets a little more complicated because, so what we're going to do is we're going to, for me, I'm moving from my auxiliary hats to the main hats, controlling it with my foot and giving it a little bit of a different sound. And we're going to kind of bark the hats. If you're unfamiliar with what that is, that's kind of a quick open to closed kind of sound. So we're going to move in a 16th note tempo and doing sets of 3, essentially. They're not triplets, and I'm going to get into the counting of it in a minute, but the sets of 3, we're going to go between barking the hats and then doing 2 ghost notes on the snare drum, essentially. So this is the accented that you're going to kick and bark the hats and then get those 2 left-hand snare hits. Okay? So this is moving in a 16th note tempo, but it's in a pattern of 3. So the counting of this can get a little bit confusing because when we talk about 16th notes, counting 1 E and a 2 E and so on and so forth, when we're doing them in sets of 3, that accented hit that you kind of sticks out a little more in this pattern, that right hand hit, is going to land on the 1 and then the of 1 and so on and so forth. So doing that kind of 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and that's a little awkward putting those accents and those spots of your count when in how we normally think about it. So for me personally, this is a part that I feel a little more than I count, in the sense of I know how it should line up in the 16th note count, but I'm thinking of it as those 4 sets of 3 essentially. So thinking of doing that pattern 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? All right. So, and then we're adding a little set of 32nd notes and 16th notes as a little fill at the end. So on beat 4, we're doing 4 32nd notes and 2 16th notes. 4 E and essentially. Accenting those last 2. All right? So when we take the first right hand hit of that little fill pattern on beat 4 and we're moving it to the rack tom. So again, I'm not counting this as 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. I'm thinking of 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 E and a. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. 1, 2, 3, 4, ba-da-da-da-da-da. Okay? That's how it is more comfortable for my brain to count this in the reality, the setting of playing it. It's another good example of this, I feel like, is a song that most of you got to be familiar with, Back in Black by AC/DC. When we think of, that main riff, the doing that part on the drums, when we're feeling that. We're playing it along with the guitars, having that as opposed to thinking of that same, 16th note kind of pattern where it's landing on, 2 E, a 3, and E and, so I'm not thinking of that when I'm playing Back in Black for, money beat. Counting my 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. I'm not thinking of that 16th note where those are lining up in my count in that sense. And it's much more of understanding and feeling it along with the music. So this in Spring in My Step is the same type of thing, where I am not counting that 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. I'm feeling it. Okay. So that's the 4th bar of our phrase. So again, when we put the whole thing together. Now, with all that being said, hopefully now the beat makes sense to you. So now we're gonna try and play it slowly. First, we're gonna play it at 60 beats per minute. Here we go. Now, once you have that down where it feels comfortable at 60 beats per minute, then we're going to try and go a little faster. Here we go. We're going to go at more of a medium tempo at 75 beats per minute now. Here we go. And now let's try to play it at the full speed of the track, counting at 90 beats per minute. Here we go. And there you have it. That's the whole thing. I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. I definitely have enjoyed making it. If there are other parts in Lunar or other projects that I've been a part of that you would like to see broken down like this, have me teach you what I did, please leave a comment below and let me know, because I think it would be fun to do some more of these. Also know that I'm available if you are looking for drum lessons online or in person, or if you have gigs or recording sessions, anything that you'd like my drum work on, please feel free to contact me. My contact info will be shown on the screen at the end of this video. Okay? Thanks for watching.